Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I hope you are all well. That Virgo full moon eclipse was interesting. We have a lot of interesting stuff going on, so I'm going to lightly... Hey, Cole. Hey, Hannah. Hi, Vanessa. Juan. Hi, April. So I'm going to lightly go over what's going on in the sky right now. If you are in membership, we did 2 live streams where it actually just took members' charts and looked at how the energies were affecting them. Right now, we've been talking quite a bit about all the ways that we can use the energy that just seems, wiggity whack right now. It's a lot. It is. It's a lot. I mean, as astrologers, we've been talking about this period of time, the spring of 2025, for a while. Because we knew it was going to be a little cranky. And I'm not about the fear-mongering, but things are what they are. The transits are what they are. So then if we talk about them, we can talk about how to use them to your advantage, right? Because they're happening with or without our permission. So we might as well figure out what its little secrets and then how to use it for our best benefit, So here's what's going on currently. We just had a Virgo full moon eclipse, the first eclipse. It was a lunar eclipse. The first eclipse in the Virgo Pisces axis, because we now have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. We will be having a partial solar eclipse, which is a new moon, in Aries, which will be the second eclipse for the month, the last one of the Aries Libra axis. And that will be on the 29th. But we just had our first eclipse over the weekend in the Virgo Pisces. It was at 23 degrees and 57 minutes of Virgo. So wherever you have that, wherever you have other earth signs around that 23 degrees, 57 minutes, or wherever you have other mutable signs, particularly Gemini and Sagittarius, those were going to be squaring the full moon if you have placements around that degree. And if you have anything in Virgo at at Pisces 23 degrees and 57 minutes, that would have been an opposition to the full moon. On top of that, we have 29 degrees of Pisces, Neptune direct. It's very foggy. It's the most Neptuniest Neptune we could have. And currently, as I speak, the Venus retrograde has now what I would qualify as a conjunction. It's retrograded into 6 degrees of Aries. So it's an out of sign conjunction, but it's within 7 degrees of each other. And Mercury has also now officially retrograded, which is not conjunct the Venus, the Neptune yet, but it will be, and it is conjunct the Venus retrograde. So we have Venus and Mercury retrograde conjunct in Aries. A lot of reevaluating, a lot of the re's. But we are reevaluating in a lack of clarity. And there's a lot of surrender, which is what that Virgo full moon is asking us really to do, that we need. Mars is still in Cancer. Jupiter is still in Gemini. I'm glad that the Jupiter is not squaring the full moon or anything. We did also have a Saturn Sun conjunction there a couple of days ago. The Sun is now separated. It is in conjunction with the North Node, which is lovely. And, you know, the moon has moved into Libra. And of course, 24 degrees of Uranus in Taurus was also having the I love you more conversation with that full moon. So it was like, you get a surprise, you get a surprise, you get a surprise. And with Venus and Mercury in retrograde, that surprise could have been, surprise, you're arguing with somebody that you didn't expect to argue with. With like, where is this, like, just not a lot of clarity, you know? Not a lot of clarity. Hi, Maricela. Okay, so that is what's going on in the sky. So right now is the time to surrender. This is not a time. I'll tell you what it's not a time to do. What it's not a time to do is make a big purchase. The other thing that it's not time to do is sign contracts without somebody double checking it, without you triple checking it, and so maybe somebody else double checking it. It's not a time to like do a severe drastic, it's not time to get plastic surgery. I might even avoid injections. If you're somebody who gets a little Botox here and there, I might even until April 12th. It's not a time to do like a big chemical change to your hair. Can you get your hair cut? Yeah. Can you get your roots covered? Sure. But I would not do a big change right now, because what you value to be a better aesthetic, you may not feel that way when Venus goes back direct. It's not the time to make definitive statements or make rash decisions or harsh statements. You know, I'm the first person to say, like, don't avoid things, better out than in. Also, right now is not the time to have the big discussion. Not with both of those. Not with how that Aries Mercury in retrograde could function. Today, you know, right now is not the time to have the big discussion. I want to say like April 4th, Mercury comes out of retrograde. It's very interesting to me and a little amusing that we're going to have the new moon solar eclipse on the 29th. Neptune goes into Aries for the first time since 1861 on the 30th. And then April 1st, we will be, you know, on the heels of an eclipse with Neptune in Aries, Mercury in retrograde, Venus in retrograde. That is, be gentle with people on April Fools, please. It's just going to be wild. So it is the time to like rethink your wardrobe, rethink how, I keep saying this in membership, rethink how you're doing your eyeliner, your eyebrows. I would not get them tattooed, but you know, nothing permanent, but definitely rethinking how we're doing aesthetics, money, about like go through your closet. Great time to purge your closet, give away what doesn't bring you joy anymore, what doesn't fit you. And rethink how you want to, and in Aries, like, does that want to be more bold? You know, eventually it's going to retrograde into Pisces, and you might feel like, well, maybe I want to be softer. Maybe I don't want to be as bold, like with your aesthetic. So even that is going to change. So nothing permanent. Nothing permanent. The other thing that there is time to do is reflect and take time to understand what you really value in relationships, what you really value at work, whatever house system, whatever house it's falling in for you, the retrogrades. You know, we're doing the houses in membership right now and it's for all levels. We only have the 12th house left to do. But I did that so you all understand the subjects, so that when something happens and we're like, if this is happening, you know, in this house, you know that it's going to affect these subjects, right? So if it's happening in your 11th house, you may be thinking like what you really value, as rethinking your long-term plans and thinking about what you really value now long-term compared to what you had it set up to be 10 years ago. The things that you value could have changed, right? So we're going to be reevaluating, relooking, and there's just surrender, that giving up the control, right, of things. It's there's so much that is in our control, and that is what we should be putting our power into. And anything we can't, we should be completely surrendering to. You know, and with Uranus in the mix, it's, you know, some of those things are going to be a surprise. So it's that, and that is going to continually happen in life. So the important thing is not, you can't avoid the transits, right? But what you can do is make sure your toolbox is full of healthy tools that you will have an opportunity, new tools to use. And that is what I like to do here. That's what we like to talk about here. I am going to just pull a couple of cards for each sign. Let's see. I was thinking about going backwards because it's retrograde, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull Pisces first. Haha. All right, so Pisces, let's just pull a card in general for what your guides want you to know. This can apply if you're Pisces rising, sun, moon, have lots of 12th house. If you like it, I love it. Don't take anything that doesn't fit or gives you anxiety. Okay, we have the Hermit in reverse. So I'm going to say that if your guides want to talk to you about the Hermit in reverse, let's get a second card for clarification, because this could go one of two ways. It could be time to come out of your shell, and it could be time to like be aware of being too friendly to new people. Okay, yeah, nope. We also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. If all the cards come out in reverse today, I will not be surprised. Just saying. So we have for Pisces, the Hermit in reverse and the Five Pentacles in reverse. These are kind of giving the same vibe. What we would like to see is that you use discernment when somebody comes out of the woodwork, which can often happen during Mercury in retrograde, but also now in Venus in retrograde. We have somebody that's possibly been out of communication, coming back into communication, somebody that might have left you feeling like slightly abandoned, disposable, put on a shelf, coming back. This is going to reinvigorate you a little bit. This might put a little pep in your step, Pisces, but we also want to use a lot of discernment and make sure that if it brings you back alive so that you know, hey, that wasn't about me, that was about them, that part will take, right? But what we don't want to do is fall into old patterns and become like a slave to when they decide to contact you. But I definitely see somebody coming out of like, let's say ghost mode, and giving you some contact. And I do feel like this puts a pep in your step. I do feel like this, you might get some information that lets you know that it was never about you or you doing anything wrong. This is about them. Okay. Hey, flower. Okay. Let's see. Let's get And that can be any kind of relationship. Let's get, okay. That's, I'm laughing because it's the 8 Cups in reverse. Again, there could not be a more retrograde-y, whatchamacallit, card to get during these retrogrades. So, either in love, communication, relationships, somebody that you walked away from or that walked away from you is on their way back. Or, you know, you're rethinking something that you walked away from emotionally. Very interesting. Zoe. Hi, babes. Okay. Whatever you're walking back to, or whoever's walking back to you, there's a lot of clarity here. Like, if you were one of their choices before, or they were one of your choices before, this is now, it is, you feel like the only choice, or they feel like the only choice. So I actually like that reading very much. This could be because they've gone through a lot and they're now very clear with who they want and how they want. Oh, we're on Pisces. We went backwards because of all the, I decided to go backwards because of the retrograde. It's opposite day. Right? It's going to feel like opposite day until about April 4th, April 12th. But, okay. For work, job, career, money, we get a change. We get the 10 of Cups in reverse. Now, so this is not going to be about love because we assigned it to like work, money, blah, blah, blah. So there's a change coming. And this, the World card came up for somebody in a private reading in membership, because we do those in membership. When you're at the higher levels once a month, it's Ask Me Anything. So you can get like a little quick question included with your membership. So, but the World card came up then. And so when I am pulling tarot for everyone, the whole intention is that it be for whoever's going to see it for their highest good. Just something they need to know, something they need to have clarity on, something they may not know from like obvious information, but always working in their highest good. So when we get the World card, we're getting a big change. This is going to be something for your highest good, or else it's not going to come through in my messages, right? When I see this for money, career, job, whatever, to me, I am reading this that there might be something that's shaking up the person or the company that you're working for. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a job. They could be bought by somebody else. They could be merging with another company. But however they were existing will change. And this leads to a new change for you, potentially a good change, Pisces. Again, do not expect clarity until we have a change in the sign of Neptune and until we're out of the retrogrades. All right, let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius. Maricela, are you putting the little glyphs up? You never have to apologize. You're not late. You're here when you're here. It's on your time. Okay. Aquarius. Okay. I did not go live at all yesterday because I was in a very interesting workshop. Aw, thank you, Hannah. That's just because, like, yay. Hi, Syra. That's just because, like, we're all willingly connected, right? So, for Aquarius, woo, just the general message that your guides want you to know, is we have the Star card upside down, but the Six of Cups in the upright. So the way I'm reading this is that there is, Star card is like ultimate healing. It is a little bit wish fulfillment, but without unhealthy attachments. Without unhealthy attachments. So when we get this combination, and I say like actual children, not like an adult and a child, like the Six of Cups can really change with its illustration for me. So when I've got this card, there's a piece that's going to come to you, probably in this Pisces season, probably could be when Neptune moves into Aries for you. It could be when, you know, Pluto is in your sign. Ooh. There's going to be a lot coming up for Aquarians, because I keep getting chills for Aquarius. We're going to have a Pluto-Mars opposition in fixed. We are going to have both a fixed new moon and a fixed full moon and new moon coming up. And when those things happen and they're kind of talking to Pluto and Aquarius, there's going to be change. There's going to be big changes, and there could be a lot of enlightenment. If you have late degrees, Aquarius too, you could be feeling the Taurus Uranus. There's a piece that will come to you in healing and understanding, like an epiphany, something. There's something you feel like you've been working on. There's something that you feel like you've been manifesting. I don't know if it's a relationship. Could be relationship with self. But it's a big wish fulfillment. It's like when we get the Star card, it's a big deal. It's major arcana. It's like one little last piece, Aquarius, that's coming in, and that will turn that Star card upright, right? Like anything that comes in reverse can still be, if we want it upright, we still have the power to move it upright. We absolutely have that power. Turning, my phone is blowing up, so I'm just, hopefully I didn't lose you. Did I lose you? Am I back? I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It should not happen again. Okay. So this to me is a big thing. It's my favorite card too in the deck. Because it's deep, deep healing. And with the Six of Cups here, which I also see as like childhood examination, childhood healing, there is something, there is an epiphany. It may not be at the front of your mind yet. But when this last kind of piece happens, there's something that you wanted for a long time that comes in. Just something that feels like I work hard and it escapes me. And if it's on the table, it's very, very close. Let's see what we have to say in love, relationship, communication. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Which is another card that like you change. So there's a small chapter, not the whole book, but a small chapter is closed. There's another one beginning for something. Something is moving. Okay, 2 cards came out. Very interesting. Ace of Pentacles, new stability. So with the chapter closing and a new one beginning, this could be a new person, other that's coming in. And if there's someone that you've been interested in, if there's someone that has had your heart, has had your attention, has had just, there's a connection there, and someone else new is coming in, it's not because you went looking. This will be possibly unavoidable. It creates a little bit of a triangle without a triangle. So when I get this card, right, this is the well. This is just for this deck. Let me show you in the upright so it makes sense. We are staying where we are, but very curious about things that we can smell, feel, know. So this is like staying someplace and, you know, staying in your own lane, minding your own business, and getting overwhelmed by the clairs of feeling someone else or knowing something is kind of going off in the distance. This is upside down. Either something new is coming in and you're just gonna surprise yourself and entertain it, and the person that you usually give your energy to might feel that a little bit, or this is you not 24/7 feeling the feels of that person that you have prior been attached to. And I don't think it's a detachment to the other person. And I don't know why I'm reading this like 2 people, but I am. But it's kind of like a vacation from being occupied all the time with like, I don't think you snoop. I don't think you even go out of your way. It's just like you feel them. And so, and you get a little break from that. And there's something really refreshing for you for that. Okay, let's pull money, career, job, success for Aquarius. Okay, nice boss. May not be as nice. It's so funny because the 3 of Cups in reverse kept showing for Aquarius while I was shuffling, and it came out. This is very interesting. This is job, career, money. We got a King and a Queen of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so for very few of you, this could be about mom and dad needing help. For others of you, where you had allies at work, you're not feeling it right now. And it could be the retrogrades, it could be temporary. There's a lot of shit going on for a lot of people. The fuckery is real. So these could be people that you normally like. It's just so easy. It's like putting on the comfy sweats. You come in, it's like, hey, babes, what's going on? Or what's up, Pop-Tart? And like everything's very easy breezy. And you feel like that right now there's like a strain and it's not as easy breezy. And you're having a hard time reading whether this is gonna be a problem for you in your employment there, or you know, but the friendship is not friendshipping, like the friendship that you have at work, or the allyship I keep wanting to say. I feel like these people have other things going on. What's going to be weird is going to be more than one person that you normally like are cool with at work are going to feel more distance, more distant, more closed off. You see what I'm saying? We are not making definitive statements. We are not trying to assume anybody's intention right now. The fucking fog from that 29 degrees Neptune is going to keep clarity away from us. And the Venus retrograde with the Mercury retrograde, es no bueno for coming to solutions. Es no bueno for having clear communication and understanding somebody's intentions. And people could be, you know, did I say this in membership or did I say this here? I can't remember whether I said it at the beginning or not, because in the beginning of the video, I go over all the current transits. When we have Mercury in Aries, it can be very exuberant, right? It could be with all of that active fire. It could be like when somebody's so excited and so animated and so like bam, 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 Mars, 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 Aries, 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 right? Like they could pepper you with conversation, blah, 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 right? And depending on the other conditions, that could be excited. Aries Mercury also can just be like, you're not getting anything from me. It could be yes, no, nope, very closed up, right? It's going to depend on other circumstances. When you have Mercury and Aries in retrograde, we can have people almost withholding conversation. I just feel like you should not worry too much. This is when I'm going to ask you to surrender. I'm going to ask you to surrender and not try to figure this out. You have no control, Virgo moon eclipse. And I think this has more to do with stuff that has nothing to do with you. It's going to feel personal. And it's probably not. Or if it is, it's a misunderstanding that will clear up on its own. My daughter's got something like that at work. There's somebody who's like going to the bosses and saying, you know, Emily this, Emily that. Not ever saying Emily said this. And then going to another boss and saying, you know, this one particular phrase, which means just for this night, I was told to leave that thing alone because it's busy. So we're not closing it up as normal. And then that got telephoned into telling one of the bosses, Emily says she doesn't have to clean up or close up at all anymore. What? Of course, like that she would never say that, right? So she's walking on eggshells, and I keep saying, just wait till the end of Mercury, the end of Neptune in Aries. Wait till the second. I promise you, she's gonna do other stuff where just don't do anything, because the bosses are gonna realize she's a one-person game of telephone, and then it won't be your problem anymore. There's a lot of stuff like that that's going to happen, folks, where you're getting, you know, and she'll get nervous. She's like, you know, they absolutely loved her. Like, no problems. Like, got along. People would bring her, my God, there's a customer, like a little old man who brings them like little chocolates. Like, she gets along with everybody in other departments. And so there's a new person, and for whatever reason had just decided doesn't like her, right? And one thing after another, it's like taking words and twisting them because that's how she feels she really meant it. You know what I mean? And I just said, you're never gonna win with somebody like that. You just have to like sit back, and they will hang themselves enough with their own rope. Yeah, especially for somebody who's got anxiety. It's stressful. She is. You know, do I want to go and maybe throat punch this person a little bit? maybe. But it's a good lesson, right? Somebody like that who plays their own game of telephone, that when you don't give them anything, when you don't react, when you don't, they'll go do that with somebody else eventually. And then they'll see. It's already happening. It is already happening. I said that to her about like a week or 2 weeks ago when it started to happen. But it'll fully reveal itself. So the point is that when you guys are having those kind of situations, wherever it is in life, just know it's happening in her 10th house right now. So just know that not just let things handle themselves, because what will happen is everything, the energy will get clearer. Okay, so we're clearing Aquarius. We're moving into Capricorn. You could not possibly be a bad influence on when I'm in protective mode. I promise you, if we were all in a situation, it would be like, no, Susie, don't do that. Yeah, I'm different. I'd be like, okay, you and me, because with no one else listening, you and I are not going to pretend that I said that. And if you're going to double down and say that I said that, then I'm just going to sit back and wait for you to say the next untrue thing. And eventually you're going to, yeah, I would. She did not get my Vaseline and sneakers. Well, we will want to. We will refrain. That is very illegal. That's what rage rooms are for. And cussing. Capricorns, how are you? Lovely, lovely creme brulee people. We have a King of Wands in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse. So, I'm going to tell you that there's something about a decision that either somebody was being very hype around, maybe like being very passionate around, and it was very hard to make a decision. You might have felt very passionate towards something. I think somebody is showing themselves a tiny bit, or their enthusiasm and action. Like, there are a lot of words and they were a little bit of action, and now all of a sudden all the action is waning. All of a sudden, like, they didn't get what they wanted right away and they're pulling back, and it's making the decision much, much easier for you. That is definitely coming up. So if there is something around something that you thought, like, this is either going to be amazing or it's going to crash and burn, I think the other person involved or your feeling around that person is now waning. Again, I feel like Neptune and Aries is going to bring a lot of clarity for that. What's today? 16th. So we will be here again on the 30th. And that is the day that it moves in. So it'll be very interesting. Also, I'm just getting this. Chest issues, heart issues, like, just, you know, if you're feeling palpitations, don't ignore them. If you're feeling like tightness in your chest, could be a pulled muscle, but just don't ignore anything in the chest area. Capricorns and 10th house placements. Please. I mean, that's a great business idea. If there's not one in your town, you need to rent a space, and then you need to ask people to donate junk. People are, you know, would probably take not that much investment. If you opened with a couple of people, you could probably all just take your tax returns and open it. We have one. And I'm a little busy. But I'm just saying, if you live someplace and there's no rage room nearby. Okay, that was crazy. I'm just going to read it because you all saw that. That all flew out together. Okay, Capricorn. Go fish. This is your Maricela, are you accidentally deleted Syra. Do you want to fix that? Or maybe I can. I don't think I can. I don't know what you did. Shauna has done that too. Don't feel, I'm sure Syra's not mad at you. She's not at the typewriter going like Kermit the Frog. I said typewriter, didn't I? Oh, I'm old. My only choice is to hide her or put her in timeout. View deleted message. I'm trying to like... You might have to be the one to unhide. Okay, there we go. Okay. Can anyone else let me know if they can see her comments again? It happens. It's Mercury in retrograde, people. Sarah, you are a very valued member of this community. Maricela loves you. I think you already know that. It's going to be okay, people. Okay. I unhid her. So she should be fine. Syra, if you want, I'll put Maricela in timeout just to teach her a lesson. I can see her in her room right now. Going like, oh no. Maricela. Okay, I'm going to let the mods take care of that. Let's get back on to Capricorn. Welcome to Mercury in retrograde. So we have Judgment in the upright, Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is interesting because the King of Wands in reverse came out in the general message. We have 5 of Wands in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, and 6 of Wands. Listen, there is something that the bottom line is you are victorious about. It would be funny if she was fucking with you and just not typing anything on purpose. You're victorious about something. Somebody is gonna not, it's like, this looks bad, but it works out for your advantage. So listen, you might approach somebody, Capricorn, or they come to you. There's an apology kind of not accepted. There's like, and I love you, because it's kind of not accepted. But there's no inner conflict. And we have the Judgment card, past, present, future, all coming together. We have victory here. I gotta tell you, I have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Sometimes Queen of Wands for me is like the third party, the steal your man kind of energy, or steal your person. And so with the Queen of Wands, you could just be over something in reverse, or it's like ding dong, the witch is dead sometimes. This is very interesting that this all came out. I honestly want to say, like, this is a congratulate yourself on your escape kind of thing. There was a third party, maybe for a while. The third party is now gone. And now all of a sudden somebody wants to be like, hey, I got time for you. And I think you're like over it. I think you are over it. This is, all I need to know is this. It's the Six of Wands. This is a victory for you. Past, present, future means that you're taking old, you're reviewing things that happened in the past, and you're taking the new tools you have, and creating a new future. Because, like, I think old you would have been like, yay, the third party's gone. Let's get it all, like, let's, like, get it popping. But you're like, no, the sorry's, like, it's not really sorry. You just have, you know, there's not another option for you. You're not playing both of us anymore. It seems like a very specific read. But definitely, if this is just a communication read, if this is not a relationship read, I'm telling you that there's an I'm sorry, or an apology, or like a half-assed I love you. That's not really coming with a lot of actions. And I feel like you feel really calm and cool about, like, not like, thank you for your apology. I'll wait for change behavior, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But you're chill about it. You're good about it. You don't have any inner conflict, and like, you win, which Capricorn fucking loves winning. All I do is win, win, win. Yeah, no. So you're going to have like a very clear, I feel like this is Neptune. I'm very excited to come back here on the 30th and do follow-ups. I promise you, she's going to type something when she can again. You're not the first person to do this. That's right. The Capricorns weren't paying attention to you anyway. They were just paying attention to their reading. All right. Money, success, career, job. What do we got, Capricorn? And then I think this deck feels kicked to me. I'm going to change the deck. Okay, so you might not be hearing back for a job that you applied to. Or an interview may not go the way you want it. Like, you might be excited about a job, and the interview may not go like you. Like, I don't want this job anyway. But there's also, yeah. Changes going all around the company right now. I think that there's like been conversation about you getting a raise or a promotion, or like a job or a contract or something like that, like a gig, if that makes any sense. And you're kind of watching, because you're watching other things fall through. Again, we're not paying any attention right now during all of these retrogrades and the 29 degrees of Pisces and Neptune. I want to say be patient, because it feels like money is getting moved. Oof. Money is getting moved, and there's just going to be like delays on what comes in as far as like upgrades in career. It feels like somebody talked to you about hiring you for something if you're an entrepreneur, or there's like a position open. I keep getting chills. But there's just going to be delay on it. Again, you could stress yourself out trying to like figure this out, but you won't be able to right now. Syra, you have a wrench now. So if you want to, I'm just teasing because I'm not really encouraged. I was going to say, if you want to put Maristella in timeout, now you can. She accidentally put you in timeout. Shauna has done that as well. People have done that. We don't even really need wrenches. I mean, once in a blue moon, we'll get like a troll. But like, I want to say that's been like once a year. I figured you were laughing your ass off. I could see you in your chair like laughing your ass off. And I could see Maricela in her room going, oh no. Yeah. Anyone wants a wrench, get someone to time you out. All right, we are on Sagittarius. Sagittarius. How y'all doing, Saggies? Let's see what... I was like rolling through. I'm like, oh, I'm really in a timely fashion. And then that just... But I am laughing and smiling a lot. Look, my cheeks hurt. Just like the end of Toy Story. Is that Toy Story 2? Right? It's Toy Story 2. Or is it Toy Story 3? I can't remember. Oh my god. My favorite part is when the Barbie at the tour Barbie or whatever her name is, and then at the end of the movie she's like, is it over? Is it over? Oh my god, my cheeks are killing me, because she's smiling the whole time. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay, we have a night. So whatever you've been having insomnia, losing sleep over, Sagittarius, please don't worry, because that is ending. And we have a lovely King of... So there's like an emotional maturity that comes here. Could this be a person that's a King of Cups? Yeah. I more likely think that it is some kind of emotional maturity, PhD in unhealthy attachment, because that's what the King of Cups means to me. And this helps you to like literally lower your cortisol levels, insomnia, thoughts that keep you up, the thoughts at 4 a.m. I know like Gemma calls this the 4 a.m. card, the 9 of Swords. See, she's in bed and worrying and not sleeping. And so it's in reverse, which we love, a 9 of Swords in reverse with the King of Cups here. So you're either worried about somebody and you're going to hear from them, or this is you having like a real moment, real growth in detachment. Okay. Either way, it's good. Sagittarius, what do we get for like love, communication, relationship? We have the Sun and the 10 of Wands, and as Juan, I'll be stomping in my Air Force Wands. As Juan has pointed out, A lot of these cards in reverse. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Sun in reverse. Listen, whatever's happening in a relationship thing that's made you feel a little down, has drained your energy, really, that's about to end. The second you understand this is not your burden to carry, this is, you cannot fix this, because like Sagittarius is really crave freedom. They don't like mundane conversation. They are deep, thoughtful people. You're not really gonna like hook them or interest them with like the same old dull conversation. They kind of care what's trending, but they kind of don't. That's not what they want real conversation with people that they care about to be like. There's something where, so what I'm trying to say, not very eloquently, is that, you know, Saggies are kind of hard to catch, like truly catch their interest. They can have a good time with anybody, but like to really catch them where you have their interest and they're going to follow through and follow up, that's a little harder to get done. You gave that to somebody and for whatever reason, they've either disappointed you, been MIA, something. You know, the full moon, the surrender was squaring your placement, Sag. And so the release, the surrender, in realizing like you cannot fix this situation, you cannot get it back to where it was because that person might have been pretending a little bit. But you know, when this turns upside down, the burden is laid down, and this is the happy, happy card. So that is around the corner for you. Communication, relationship, romance. Let's do money, job, career, success for Sagittarius. And then we're a third way done. Okay. A lot of stuff in reverse right now. Come on. One more. Okay. This is very interesting because we have King of Pentacles in reverse, but the Ten of Pentacles. Listen, you might have a mentor or a person that you thought was going to like help you with career trajectory or like be an ally to have upward movement or like put in a good word for you, or you just like looked up to this person, both as like a personal and professional hero. Your success is guaranteed. Your success, your happy ending with your vocation, your calling, all the hard work, that is guaranteed, Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarius is very much about beliefs. When their heroes fall, it's fucking hard for them. I'm going to tell you, let this person fall. Let them, they won't be, you might have grown past them. They might have, their advice that was so good 10 years ago now is really antiquated. They might have some really backwards beliefs as we all kind of grow as community. I don't know what this is, but you're going to have to let this person just be a mere mortal and be flawed and not feel like your world, because your success is guaranteed. This is money. This is security. You're secure, right? But this like Saturnian person, I think you're going to turn into the advice giver. You're going from student to teacher, really, is what's happening. And you have guaranteed success. I love that. But you got to let your heroes fall, right? You got to let your heroes fall. So I'm going to trade out this deck. We're on Scorpio. Scorpio. Right, we're into the middle elements now. Scorpio, what's the general message? I'm hungry. Did not eat this morning because I was going to take a little break to eat. I was finishing cleaning up. I spilled my coffee this morning before I went live for membership, and it just went everywhere all over my work desk. I was still cleaning up when I was done, so here was my cooking time. Oi. Okay. I'm gonna take all of them. Listen. Scorpio, there might be a little something causing you some distress, some heartache. Could be a little betrayal, could be something else. The truth is gonna absolutely show itself. I have the moon card here, and there's howling at the moon. It for sure. The Two of Cups is in reverse. I think you're worried about something. I don't know if there are... Scorpio's a little famous for either doing one of two things. Tying themselves to somebody else's finances. They are that 8th house, like they want to merge intimately. It should be what's mine is yours. There should be no, but I don't want you to worry that much, because the truth is going to come out about this situation, and the worry is kind of wasted. You're processing, which is the most important thing. Process out loud. Don't try to shove it down. Don't try to be the iceberg. Don't just... Now, if you want to, like, keep your stuff to yourself, just the tip as far as, like, I don't care if you're keeping your emotions private. I'm all for privacy, but process them. Don't just shove them down and then you don't deal with them. There's a difference there. But we have this moon card. So, like, the truth is going to come out about this situation. It could be like a friend or a sibling or somebody else. It doesn't have to be romantic, but where you thought you were like-minded and like in values, you probably reevaluating that. You know, when it's Scorpio, you could have been pinned as the bad guy before in history, you know, with your relationships or whatever, and you're worried that, like, people are going to think that you're the problem. First of all, don't give a fuck whether people think whatever. But I think the truth is going to come out, and it's going to create a lot of relief for you. So, like, you're processing the feelings now, and then the stress relief comes later. Ooh, my chest was tight. I felt the anxiety for that one. All right, what do we have in love? Scorpio, connection, relationship, communication. What do we have for you? Oh, you're trying to make a decision, and you used to reason things out around this. Okay. But you're using your gut. You have a connection that's, like, just easy. It doesn't feel like work. I don't know if that's the connection you're with now. Yeah. Oh, wow. So you have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. So this is definitely thinking about making a decision here. And it's what's sandwiched in between is the Eight of Pentacles, and, like, this is just easy. It doesn't feel like work. It's like something's not working and something else is easy, and you have to make a decision. But the Two of Swords here, the reminder is that, like, you're not supposed to be weighing out the mental reasons. This is very Gemini moon, kind of like you're not supposed to be, like, thinking the feelings. You're supposed to use your intuition. Okay, let's... Ooh, that was almost 78 pickup. Well, we have Yeah, it was almost 71 pickup. All right. Scorpio, Scorpio. What do you have for money? No? You're not talking? Such a this always happens with Scorpio. What a Scorpio thing to do. Like, will not... Do you see this? It will not talk to me. Okay, I'll grab a new deck. Be like that. It might have, like, used all its... Okay. Money, career, success, job, Scorpio. Okay. Okay, very interesting, because this is now, I want to say the second time. We got the Ten of Cups in reverse here. So there's some kind of change, but you have an Ace of Pentacles. So like there's stability. So there might be like a change in the guard. Like, again, I see like change of ownership, but I don't see, but the stable card is here for you. This is like the third time, because I want to say the King of Pentacles in reverse, but then the Ten of Pentacles in the upright was very similar to this vibe, which is like something's changing, but you're okay. So don't worry. It's like I'm supposed to tell you, you're going to see parts moving, cogs moving in the machine, and you could tend to like stress out over that. And I'm telling you, don't, Scorpio. There is going to be changes. It is going to look like the happy family that you used to work for, or the people in charge. It's going to change. It might merge. It might, but there's going to be a change, but you're okay. You're okay. Okay, I guess I'll keep using these cards. We're on to Libra. I've not been shuffling the normal way that I do because I have a paper cut on my thumb. Libra, what's the general message? What do you just need to know? What are your guides want you to know? Three of Swords, but it's in reverse. I'm gonna let that come out on its own. Okay, and Judgment. Yeah. You might have a visitor from the past, of course, the retrogrades, Libra. But there is the healing of something that has either pained you probably for a while with Judgment here. But there's a very beautiful healing of something that has caused you discomfort or hurt. So to me, that could be like long-term friendships, family stuff. You're not the same person that you were. And there is some liberation and letting the old you go. It's not that like the situation has changed. I don't feel like, Libra, that the other person has made amends or remedy to the original situation. What I feel like is that you are approaching it with a newer version of you, and that is what allows this to heal. It's still healing. It's not completely done, but this is really beautiful because this shows like the work that you are doing showing up. And it means that you're not waiting for them to make it right. You've taken the reins of that. very interesting. I feel like I could read those two cards for 20 minutes. If you're a Libra placement or have a lot of 7th house, let me know. Ooh, okay. Okay, relationship communication. We have Knight of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Swords in reverse. So, listen, you might be taking a break from like media. You might be like not listening to gossip, which is all good. This to me looks like you might even be not communicating with it's almost like you put a relationship or you put something on break, but it's for your own self-preservation. Ooh, and you're not even like, even if people are like, oh my God, did you know? You're like, I don't want to know. This is causing you a lot less like this is really, I think you're going to acclimate to the stress levels being way lower. And that's going to allow something else to move. It might have to do with this. But I think when you take a break from a situation, you find yourself, instead of like feeling like your left arm is cut off and you're missing this person, instead of like any kind of like codependency stuff, Libra, you're going to find peace. I'm just going to leave that there. Money, success. Okay, we have Queen of Swords. There's a bitch at work. And we have Temperance. We need a third card. Listen, someone's being an a-hole at work. Somebody is taking control at work because they probably have none at home or they don't feel any wherever. And I feel like this person's stepping outside of their role and like bossing around people that they're not even really supposed to be bossing around with. And you've been trying to like balance letting this person like give them a whole piece of your mind. I need to get, okay. All right, that person is not going to get promoted. That person is not going to get promoted. You do not have to play nice with them. I would say disengage, but they are not getting, they're almost acting like they have a promotion they think they're going to get, but they're kind of making your life and other people's lives a little, yeah. This is very, very specific, but I almost feel like for somebody, the boss is like having somewhat of a flirtation or a relationship with somebody else, and that somebody else is the one kind of being an asshole. That's not going to work out for anybody except for you. So be in your Zen place, go away in your head, go away in your special place when this person's talking to you, pay them no mind, but like, you're not crazy. Also, if you think that there's like people who are like flirting, people dipping their ink or their pen company ink, you're not wrong. But that's not going to go well. So don't worry that you have to make like preemptive moves. If you love your job, don't be like, don't tell me I gotta leave this fucking job now because this hoe over here is being a whole asshole and doing what they shouldn't be doing. That's gonna fizzle out on its own. Okay. Woo, this Light Seers deck is always like not subtle. Okay. Virgo. How my Virgos doing? Okay, your general message This is very interesting. You got the Two of Swords, Hermit, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So you can take the defenses down, but you're not done. Kind of keeping to yourself a little bit, Virgo. That might be for the energy. That might be because bouncing off of other people. Hey, April. So like if you've been hermiting, universe is like, no, go ahead, you can keep doing that. I think you're supposed to be able to take your defenses down in that hermit time. And I know that seems like, well, duh, everybody can take their defenses down when you're by yourself and there's no one else to be defensive against. But there's something else that this brings you. This is going to help you make a decision kind of through your gut that you haven't been able to make before. So you're not isolating, you are being like interdependent and self-reliant, which everybody needs to do right now anyway. Not hermit, but be self-reliant. Okay. Support is important, and having people that support you is important. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that not feeling like you can't make any decisions without somebody else telling you what that decision should be, or feeling like you don't trust yourself or you don't have enough information to make a decision. I get that. This is different. This is just basic trust in yourself. And you get more of that without all the noise. Okay, that's what it was. All right. Love, communication, and relationship for Virgos. Very interesting. We have a Three of Cups and an Ace of Swords. So, where there was triangulation, Virgos, that might not be so much the case. I don't know if that's you pulling. I don't know who of the trifecta here is pulling back, but somebody is pulling back. Somebody is going against all of the influence they feel from like guides. It's like they're going against their gut instinct. They're going against everything. I don't know who this is. You'll know who it is. I'm going to pull a third card. I'm good, baby. How you doing? Okay, yeah. Okay. Someone's having a very immature reaction, Virgos, to something here. They're going against anything but this kind of like very reactionary. And they're I think that if this is communication between you and two other people or one other person, or maybe you only care about one of the people in the out of the other two, I think it's very important to watch what they do and not what they say. like this person is getting, I almost want to say like they're getting psychic hits. They're getting gut intuition feelings and they're completely ignoring it on purpose. There's one person here who's not happy. Obviously, I think that will change. If it does not change by the end of April, it will change mid-July. Yeah, the energy is janky, my love. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just take care of you. April's dirty secret is that, like, she could have $1 and see somebody else suffering and give them her whole dollar. Like, she is very, very, very kind and giving. If she has nothing to give, she's still trying to give. It's time to take care of you, boo. And that's not selfish. That's putting your oxygen mask on first. It's a hard lesson for anybody with Cancer placements to learn. Trust, I know. Okay. Okay. For work, something that felt like a choice will not feel like a choice anymore. Virgos. Feels like you have to, there's like no choice, but you're also not getting a lot of information at work. Like it, I know it's Mercury retrograde. Duh, Susie, you don't need me to tell you that. Just keep manifesting what you want, because that's the only thing that you can do right now. Talk about Virgo, surrender, the full moon, the eclipse. It's not time to make a choice right now. You don't have enough information. Just keep manifesting what you want out of it. You know, Virgos are not just information. They are not just like words on a paper. They are not like clinical, where Pisces is all like peace and love and, you know, spiritual stuff, man. Virgo is just as spiritual as Pisces. Very powerful, very good at manifesting, very good at being very specific in their manifesting. That is what you're supposed to be doing right now, because you can't even make a choice where it's like work right now, because you're just not getting, I got that 5 of Pentacles. Like no one's getting information. Okay, Leo, 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 and I'm gonna change the deck. Leo, sun, moon, rising, 5th house placements. If it feels like it's your reading, then it is. Ooh, we have a Knight of Swords coming in, dropping information. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Okay, there is a 5 of Cups in reverse. Somebody is going to tell you something, and it's going to help you process stuff you have not been processing. Stuff you've been like, I don't think I have to deal with that, because maybe that's not true. Now, listen, it's Mercury retrograde. Let's get a 3rd card here. It's Mercury retrograde, Leo. So we're going to take, and Venus retrograde, which is, Venus is kind of just like a big deal for Leos, because loyalty is such a big deal. Okay. So we have new stability here. Okay. You're going to get information you might not want to process it at first. You might want to ignore it, think it's not true. When you are ready, process it, because it's going to bring new stability, a new start for something for you. Leo, let's look at relationship. So hungry. Feed me, Seymour. I'm random like that, sorry. Not sorry, really. It's just me being me. Okay, okay, we have the Two of Wands, making a decision kind of the heart, of the gut for Leo. Ooh, okay. There's a big decision to make. You are ready to put down something that's been a pain in your ass, a relationship, or a part of a relationship. Wow, you got 2 10s here. This is a complete, we have 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, both in the upright. It is a big chapter closing, and you're moving on to something new. Now, doesn't mean you're moving on to a different person. But, I mean, it could mean that. But, we have 2 10s. It's like a 20. It's like the World card. It's a big deal. It's what we're saying and what we're feeling and what we're doing. This could be a whole new way to communicate with your partner. What you leave behind and what you move towards. I feel like that's going to bring more changes later on, but for right now, it's like what you accept in communication and what you will deal with, what you will engage with, and what you won't, because Leo is fiery, right? They can be a little stubborn. It's a fixed sign. Fixed signs tend to be a little like, feet planted, try me, right? So, aw, thank you, April. You did not have to do that. Take care. I just got done saying, take care of you. That was very sweet. Thank you. But Leo, it feels like it's just about like what you will accept and then you'll see what they do. And then I think it could be different. There could be more changes later, but for each, it's going to be individual. For some people, it's going to improve, and some people you're going to be like, feel like you have a lot more clarity. I feel like this leads to changes around July, around Leo season. April, everybody here loves you back, and you are not alone. I don't think anyone here thinks this community is anything like their family. Now, for some, it's just different, and for some, it feels better. I think you're not the only one. I think a lot of people feel like, we can't choose our family, and sometimes our family are not the most supportive. That's how it should be, but it isn't always. You're definitely not alone. Money, career, success, Leo. Oh, I wonder if this microphone is going to pick up my stomach rumbling. Be like watching tarot and a Winnie the Pooh movie at the same time with a rumbly tumbly. Okay, very interesting. So we have the Six of Cups here. So there's like some kind of destiny in the work success place, which we love. Then there is an Ace of Swords. There might be like a thought, an idea, or something that brings you to like a certain destiny in your job, your success, your career. My goodness, I love that for you, Virgo. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Sorry, that was Leo. You're right, that was Leo. Thank you for checking me. But Leo, there's some kind of, like, you're going to have a thought, an idea of something, and it's going to lead you to, it did just say Virgo for a second. Sorry. Leos. Sun, Moon, Rising, and if that just felt like for you. Okay, Cancer. Now Lori's got me saying Cancer. I go out of my way not to use my New York accent, but it's so funny because she's never ever lived on the East Coast. But when she says Cancer, she goes, because we're Cancers. But does he deserve you, April? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say no. Not that there's anything wrong with those placements. Make sure people deserve you. Okay, Cancer, you have the Nine of Cups, which is your made your own happiness, self-sufficient, wish fulfillment card with the Strength card. So whatever you've been fucking weathering, I can relate. This feels like wish fulfillment. This feels like contentment. This feels like self-love. For a Cancer who's so about nurturing everyone else, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Thanks, Syra. We like you too. Yeah, I mean, you've got Strength and the Nine of Cups. Could you imagine if we had a way, like every time somebody in the community has a new person, we're allowed to vet them for you? It would be like an escape room. It would be like a spiritual, protective escape room. If you can get through the escape room, you can continue to date April. All right, love, connection, communication, relationship for Cancer. What's the first card that came out in reverse? The High Priestess. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles here with the High Priestess in reverse. Now I will talk to Geminis about overthinking. I'm wondering if in this relationship you're trying to like over empath, like overuse your psychic abilities, Cancer, overuse your clairsentient and claircognizant. Not that Cancers can't have clairvoyance and clairaudience, but they a lot have clairsentience. Like you're feeling stuff instead of letting stuff unfold. There is a happy ending here for you. Cancer's reading is great. I did not plan that. Yeah. But with the High Priestess upside down, it's like either this is a message that you can relax. You don't have to be hyper vigilant with like trying to feel around things that aren't being said, because Cancers have a history, sometimes, not always, but a lot, have a history of feeling things before they're said and feeling around things that aren't being said, and then, you know, giving people extra chances because they're like, oh, I can feel their goodness. Like, April's even talking about that in the chat. But I can feel they're a really good person. They were just hurt, and that's why they act like this. And you either stay too long in something, or you ignore red flags, or whatever. I feel like this is like, you get to relax. You don't have to be hyper vigilant anymore, because you don't want to be surprised by someone's real self, right? But I don't know that Cancerians are ever really surprised as much as we ignore, because we don't want it to be true, because the attachment stuff, right? But you've done a lot of work on attachment. If you're hearing my voice and you're in this community, you're working on yourself. That's the happy ending card, right? And probably nobody wants to be in a relationship where they feel like they don't even have autonomy to their own feelings and thoughts. So careful of overusing that. I know you are. Yeah, jealous jerk doesn't sound good. And jealousy is not about what a prize we are. Jealousy is about their inability to allow you sovereignty and allow you to filter out. I mean, I know your placements, so I know how you roll. So like, you're like me. I never put a partner in the position to have to say, hey, back off, because I'm going to tell you to back off, whether they're in the room or not. I'm like very protective of the person I'm with. So to me, you're disrespecting them if you're hitting on me, and you're aware that I'm in a relationship. So I have a history of that. Like, when I was on social media, I might like keep my relationship private to some degree, but everybody knew that I was taken. And so if you know that I'm taken, you're still being disrespectful, you're going to get checked. You don't have to get checked by him. You'll get checked by me, right? So like, somebody who's jealous, that's their own insecurities. That's their own issues. They have to allow you to gatekeep who's appropriate and who's not appropriate. I know how you are, and I know your placements. It would probably make you nervous if somebody else flirted with you. They don't need to be. Jealous jerk is not appropriate. And sometimes when we've been abandoned, this is for everybody. If you've been abandoned, if you felt disposable, if you felt like people don't fight for you, which is a very Aries thing, then you almost welcome jealousy, because it feels like you're being coveted. It feels like you're being valued, but it's not. That's about them. That's not ever about your value. So somebody being jealous, or the lack of jealousy, has zero to do with you. Now, if you're with somebody and they're like, I don't share, great, right? I heard that loud and clear. You have to say that to me once. I'm going to be very clear about it. You won't ever have to intervene, right? If that's like, I don't think that's sexy. I don't think it's hot for somebody else to be staring at you or flirt with you in front of me. Some people like that. Some people think that's hot as hell. That's great. Those all have to be conversations and non-negotiables that are hammered out before we go into like really being in a relationship. But jealousy itself as an emotion is never about our value. It's about their insecurity. And it's not a sign of healthy. Okay. When you're going to put the, jealous jerk. Yeah. Okay. So we have less anxiety. Okay. At work, Cancers, wasn't your circus, wasn't your monkeys, and that is going to, whatever you feel like you've been kind of balancing or holding somebody's secret at work or worried about something else that really is out of your control. Again, that full moon wanted us to surrender to things. The anxiety gets to, you're putting down the burden and the anxiety is going away about whatever the work anxiety was that was like you were trying to help somebody as a good little Cancer. And we're going to back off because what happens, Cancer, is when we try to help people sometimes and we try to like intervene or whatever, what does it do? It backfires. Often it backfires. Now, if you're trying to help somebody who's a vulnerable demographic, okay. If you're trying to help a child, counts as a vulnerable, that's okay. Right? Trying to help like somebody who's not well and you're being the patient advocate, that's okay. But trying to intervene and help an adult that you can see is like in a work situation, it's 90% of the time going to backfire on you. Gemini, sun, moon, rising, third house placements. If you like it, I love it. Don't take anything that'll give you stress or anxiety. What is the message? Did it go faster backwards or is it just my imagination? Or are we just having such a good fucking time today that it feels like it's flying? Because I can tell time. I know it's not flying. Okay. Five of Swords in reverse and the Tower in reverse. If you stop fighting the thing, Gemini, if you stop trying to like, Gemini's very good at like, let it be, like allowing both things at once, right? There's something that's like possibly giving you, like, you feel like it's creeping up on you and going to implode or explode. But I gotta tell you, it's again, it's more of the same, but it's going to reflect the astrology. Astrology is reflective. This is like the minute you stop fighting with yourself or with whatever this is, the Tower moment is avoidable. I mean, the other way I could read that is stop fighting it and let the Tower moment happen so you can get to the next place, but I don't think that's not what it feels like. Let's see what you get for communication, connection. That was just a very clear reading. And there's major arcana here. There's, so, you know, it's a big thing. Okay, Judgment. And the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so Geminis, you're your own abundance. Like, you are the partner, Gemini, right now. In whatever the situation is, this could be a partner coming in. If you burn it down, they will help you build it again. Like, I always see the Queen of Pentacles is like the best kind of partner because they do for themselves. They know how to do for themselves. They'll help you to do for yourselves. And if they're really in it, they're in it. They're ride or die. And if you know any like Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn partners, that is like a healthy relationship, those can be really ride or die people. The past, present, and future here. I think Gemini, I think you've had people that haven't been ride or die, that want to be there when it's a good time and then want to leave when it's hard. I just saw this interview. Was it last night? I think it had to be last night because today it was like hit the ground running. And it was Jason Alexander who played George on Seinfeld. And I guess while whatever he did recently, somebody asked him, you have a 40-year marriage in Hollywood. You have a 40-year marriage. What is the secret? And he said, I have an incredible partner. And when I'm having a bad day, she will remind me of something that I did on a good day. And it brings me back to being the best version of me. Like, she allows me my moment, and then she brings me back to the best version of me because she reminds me what I'm capable of without shaming, like, the moment. And I thought, that is brilliant. That is Queen of Pentacles energy. And I don't know that you've had those kind of partners before, but this is coming in if it's not here, and it's about you just letting it happen, letting it in. Okay. Now we have, yeah, you gotta drop him like a hot potato, honey. Sometimes we just need to say it out loud to other people to realize, oh, wait, no, right? And that's when you know when you're ready to be done with a relationship, because you won't say shit to anybody about anything. If you're still protecting that person because you really want to go back to them, you won't tell anybody. So when you are ready to like say what's really going on, you're also ready to leave. It's just human psyche stuff. Okay. All right. We have new stability here, and I need a third card. Again, we got the Lovers in reverse for... Okay, listen. For some of you, there's stuff going on, Gemini, with your job that you do not like, you don't think is cool, and where you were like, should I go? Should I not go? I've been in this position. And then all of a sudden, it's just not a choice. All of a sudden, one other thing happens. Straw breaks the camel's back. But there is new stability. Like wherever you go to next, you will be okay. This is very specific. This is for somebody where like shit is not fair and you were like bouncing it back and forth. Like, I could leave. I just don't want to. I don't want to find a new job. I don't like... It's like, you know, when you want to move and you're like, then you think of the idea of packing one fucking thing and you want to go lay down, take a nap. I mean, that's what this was like, you back and forth. Something's going to happen, but the good news is there's new, better stability for you wherever it is that takes you out of that decision. All right, we are on Taurus. Let me make sure these are good and mixed up. We are on... Are we on Taurus? Gemini, Taurus. And then we just have Aries left. You are going to make the decision to leave. Like, it just won't be, like, you're just going to be like, you can't stay here. Gotta go. But there's someplace good for you to go. Okay. So we have Six of Swords. Taurus, we are leaving choppy waters for smooth waters. We like that. And we have, okay, so you've been in a situation that's been choppy, that's been uncomfortable for a while. It's giving you anxiety, it's stressing you out, possibly losing sleep. You're going to leave the choppy waters for smooth waters, and it's going to literally, it almost feels like it's going to like change your health. I know that sounds big and crazy to say, but that is what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting. Okay. Just a question. If I did move over to Patreon, would you guys all move over there with me? I mean, I guess I could have this too, but I could connect them. Just out of curiosity. For communication, connection, romance, relationship, for Taurus, we're getting the Three of Pentacles, which is an upgrade, and Temperance. I need a third. Ooh, the World card. Okay. There's something you've been trying to balance for a long time, it might feel, right? And now you've gone into this place where, and I feel this very much in my chest, in my like, my heart space, but also like relaxation. There's like the World card and the promotion upgrade card. This is for relationships. I think somebody comes along and you don't have to be doing all the work all the time. And it's like very like decompressing. We also have the anti-anxiety card here. Let's see what's going on for work for Taurus. This is a beautiful reading. The World card and the upgrade card and the relationship. You're going to have to learn to stop like feeling like everything is fragile, but this person's going to come along and I think that that helps. Like they're just going to do their part, but I don't think you're used to that. Oh, we have a King of Pentacles in the upright for job. So you're either moving into an authority position, and we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so you're either getting a new boss or you're moving into that authority thing. And again, this is like a little anti-anxiety. I keep getting different cards for like anti-anxiety, which is fucking wonderful. Yeah, I also like that. I would go live more if it was just conversation the way Lori does it. Without feeling like I have to set up my lights and set up all the stuff. Like she just hits a button and talks. Aries, Aries, Aries. You got the Hangman and the Tower. Listen, Aries, there's something unfolding that you cannot see. Neptune, wait till Neptune goes into Aries. There's a lot of fog. There's retrograde. Retrogrades are both in your sign. Universe is putting you on pause because there's a Tower moment, not at you, but for you, that's coming. I know that I'm telling an Aries to like, be patient, hold on, don't take action. But that's what I'm fucking telling you. And I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. Song that just came in my head. I know you don't like, I'm an Aries moon. And it's in mutual reception with my fucking Mars. Like, you don't have to tell me. I know. I am really kind of deconstructing my own sense of patience. It's a lesson right now for me. But, I mean, this is not me taking my lessons and putting it on your cards. It's the Hangman and the fucking Tower. It's very clear message. Okay. So we have the Hermit upside down in the relationship, Aries. Also, this is good if you have a lot of first house placements. And we have the Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups in reverse. Aries, you might be getting somebody else coming around. Yeah, moving from smoother waters, choppy waters, and also another more anti-anxiety, more moving to smoother waters. This is not the old connection we were dealing with, and this kind of makes us feel a little safer to be outgoing, because that's important. Let's get money. Success. Only take what fits. Don't take anything that will give you. If it makes you say, oh, for fuck's sake, then don't take it on. Juan, you are on it, man. Juan's already got the timestamps in my email. You do. You can. You will. I can. If I can. I am very... Okay. We have a Three of Cups here. With an Eight of Swords. For work. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to say, Aries, it looks like maybe we're in the workplace. There may be like a group of people where you feel like that's the crew, and it may look like somebody's getting let go of, or getting, you guys are like a little worried. Or stressed out that the happy family at work is going to get broken up, but then the Ten of Cups come out. So, like, I think it's going to be okay, but it's going to look like, for a minute, work, it's not personal, but at the same time, you feel like this is what oils the machine. This is what makes us all work so well together, and shit gets done because there's no added stress. There is no need for lots of extra conversation or whatever. Again, this is a situation where I feel like don't worry too much about that like happy thing getting broken up. I love you, now you love you. I'm going to go eat something. I can't believe it's 5 o'clock. And I may take a nappy nap because I have an appointment on the West Coast that starts at 8 p.m. tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Please like and share. Sharing helps so much. Sharing is caring. And next week will be either live or recorded, just like a general message and a tarot tip. Membership Wednesday night is the 12th house. And then this Saturday during the afternoon, we'll be going over the review of all the house systems for membership. Okay? You all have a wonderful day. Remember, no harsh words, no rash decisions, no definitive statements right now. Right? Okay. Be good, everyone. Bye.